What's going on, everyone? Alliance Orc here, and welcome back to part 3 of our random dungeon facts video. If you've missed part 1 and 2, they are on the channel, and feel free to give those a look. I have fixed part 2 for those who've seen my posts about it having technical issues. It is good. But with that being said, these are random facts about World of Warcraft's many dungeons in the games. Some of them you guys might know, some of them you might not. But feel free to comment down below and let me know which ones you know and which ones you didn't. But with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Our first fact of the video actually comes from the Horde Battle for Azeroth intro. When you first enter the stockades, you'll find an NPC named Kazul next to what appears to be a dead hogger. It's actually just a costume, and if you talk to her, she'll say, "Look, it's just a costume. See? Feel it." Now, when you tell them to let me out of here, it was just a joke. Hogger wasn't really terrorizing Stormwind. This is a reference to the 2017 BlizzCon contest winner Casplay, because they went to BlizzCon and they dressed up as Hogger. If I'm correct, they won as well. But yeah, the Magister's Terrace dungeon from Burning Crusade, you can actually skip Kael'thas Sunstrider's dialogue if you pull him before this trash is completely dead. Just a fun little fact to make your time walking dungeons faster, as his dialogue is completely tied to those mobs right there. So as long as you have someone like Heroic throw him while these guys are on the verge of dying, you can skip the trash or the dialogue entirely. Alright, did you know if you come to this southern part of Old Hillsbrad, you can actually find several lore important characters, including Sally Whitemane, Little Jimmy Vicious, which is Interrogator Vicious, and there's one more with him, I can't, there you go, and Renual Mograine. You can also find Kel'Thuzad as an actual human, talking to Helcular. Some of these people might be like lore important, but it's skipping my mind. So if you know more about them, feel free to let me know. You also have Nat Pagel at the docks. And if you go into the inn, you'll have Commander Mograine talking with Tyrion Fordring, and Abendis, as well as Fairbanks. Like I said, there's tons of little Easter eggs in this dungeon. The Legion version of the Violet Hold, every single boss in here, aside from the demons and Maleficent, has a tie to the Wrath of the Lich King expansion, with Festerface being one of Professor Putricide's experiments, Blood Princess Felena being the daughter of Queen Lonathel, Anubiset being a Crypt Lord, which those were really big in Wrath, and Shivermaw is rumored to be one of Sindragosa's own brood. And then Mindflayer Courage is connected to Yogg Saron. So yeah, lots of Wrath of the Lich King references in this dungeon. This one's actually pretty cool if you ask me. Karsh Steelbender got a model update in Dragonflight. However, if you were to take him into the fire, like he is right now, he reverts back to the way he used to look. Upper Blackrock Spire. It is said that Warlord Zayla is preparing a doomsday weapon for Stormwind. However, the only thing I see is a giant iron star. And in terms of taking out Stormwind, This thing will probably level a single district at best, so unless she's aiming it directly at the castle, Warlord Zayla's plan in the Upper Blackrock Spires is a complete flop and a complete waste of time. Did you know that in Mogushun Palace, after you defeat the 3 clans, if you stick around up top, you'll actually witness all 3 clans just beating the crap out of each other in an all-out free-for-all. Our next fact doesn't rightly take place in a dungeon entirely. It is revolving around the boss, the Prophet Thranaja. If you come to the Isle of Thunder and you go to right here on your map, you will actually find the eternal spirit of the Prophet Thranaja. Now, why the eternal spirit of Thranaja is here is completely unclear. I want to say this was probably some scrapped content, but after doing the campaign on both sides, I never once seen any way to properly interact with Thranaja. So I think it might have been a daily that I just never got. Hard to say. But yeah, the Prophet of Thranaja is right here on the Isle of Thunder. And as you see, we kill the quest mob and just nothing happens. So I'm going with the rule of scrapped content. Past the Curator in the Return to Karazhan dungeon, when you reach this room, if you look towards the ceiling, you will see that you're actually in the regular Karazhan dungeon. It's just everything is flipped upside down. The Mana Devourer boss in Return to Karazhan, I actually wouldn't even consider a boss at all. Simply because this one has 507k HP, but if you click on one of the ones in background, they have 613k HP, and they are a lower level. Plus, once you defeat the Mana Devourer boss, all of the trash in the room you get teleported to is literally just the Mana Devourer. As you see, they are literally everywhere in the room. Did you know that the Wrath of Azshara models, if you look directly into the chest, you can actually see the elven version of Azshara before she was turned into a Naga, kind of peeping through the chest in a spectral form? This isn't just true for Wrath of Azshara, but it is also true for any other boss that shares an emotional tie to Queen Azshara. Gonna put a wrap to part 3 of dungeon facts that you probably didn't know about. If you guys have been enjoying this series, make sure to subscribe. Let me know if there are any of these that you didn't know. And just as a heads up, part 4 will be the conclusion of the dungeon side of random facts you didn't know and the gateway to the raid facts you didn't know about. So I will see you guys next time.